Suffer. Okay? We all know what
Great answer.
suffer is suffering. You know.
What's up guys and welcome. You're watching Fazi Fitness. So a lot of mud has been thrown on Hadi Choopan's name since he falls off that stage at the Olympia last year after losing the Olympia title to Derek Lunsford. Now, even though Hadi did hug Derek Lunsford, he did congratulate him. He stood with these guys, he took some pictures, and then he stormed off the stage. And even then, I have to say that wasn't ideal. He should not have done that. And he has received a lot of criticism for it, even up until now. And not only just that, the former IB Pro King Kamali has talked a lot of negative things about Hadi Choopan, saying that he is a typical arrogant Iranian bodybuilder. Some people even said that he should be banned from the IB Pro League. The reason I'm saying all this, the reason I'm mentioning all this again is because negative things gets highlighted a lot.
I think the world knows by now, I don't like Hadi as a person because he's a douchebag. That's why.
Well, there's got to be a reason you think that, right?
Because he's typical Iranian bodybuilder.
So Hadi Choopan at the meet and greet of the Arnold UK did such a great gesture that it should be definitely highlighted everywhere, as much as people highlighted him walking off that stage. So this story came straight from Rosa, who is ready to compete today. While these guys like Hadi, Samson and others who are from UK have these massive lines, who wanted to talk to these guys, who wanted to take photographs, who wanted to take selfies. John, on the other hand, did not have a lot of fans in UK, so he was standing alone waiting for someone to show up. And Hadi Choopan asked one of the members of his team to ask John to come to his booth and stand next to him. So everyone who came to see Hadi Choopan met John Rosa as well. This was a great gesture by a champion bodybuilder who is at the peak of his bodybuilding career, but he cared enough for another one who needed some kind of rescuing. So Hadi Choopan is gonna earn a tons of respect for this gesture. So John Rosa also gave us a physique update about one day out of this year's Arnold UK. So he's looking diced and ready to step back on the stage. And on paper right now, he's the guy who should be placing third here. But do let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys have placing third here at Arnold UK? So this does not happen very often. We get to see one day out physique update of a guy who is going to be fighting for the title. And that too from the stage itself under those same lighting. So Samson Dauda, the former Arnold Classic champion, giving a glimpse of how things are going to look under those stage lighting today. And I have to say he looks diced and shredded to the bone. One of the best side legs in the business. So one thing that everyone is noticing about Samson Dauda is the fact that he is way less stressed for the Arnold UK compared to Ohio. Maybe it's him blocking all the noise that is being made on the social media that eventually raises the expectations so high. And then comes the pressure of delivering a package that the judges and most importantly, that the fans want to see. And which he was unable to deliver at the Arnold Classic Ohio stage a couple of weeks ago. So Samson's former coach Milo says that the only way Samson is going to get to that next level of conditioning, that next level of dryness, that is by suffering more. He has to suffer more. Something that Big Ramy did for the Olympia 2020. Which eventually won him the Olympia title.
You know, diet down like you never dieted before, do more cardio, and that's it. Sacrifice some muscle. Look, he was never flat. He can lose. He doesn't plan to put the muscle on, and he puts the muscle on. So, of course, he should sacrifice a little bit extra muscle.
So 2 additional weeks of diet and cardio. I think that is plenty of time to improve your look, especially in terms of conditioning. The question is, will that be enough for Samson to close that gap between the Persian Wolf and himself? So we are just a few hours away from finding that out. Akim Williams also posted one day out update from this year's Arnold UK, looking all dry and detailed and shredded. We just saw one of the best Akim during the Arnold Classic Ohio finals. But that is the issue with Akim. In a matter of 24 hours, he was a totally and completely different bodybuilder. And he was so good that the judges gave him the chance to stand next to the top 3 guys, Hadi Choopan, Samson Dauda and Rafael Brandao. And he was straight 4th place at the finals. And that is what I'm trying to say here. Akim has never been consistent with his conditioning. So you never know which version of Akim is gonna show up here. Although he has a weak back. But the thing is, he is so good from the front and from the sides. And he has all the size in the world. He has all the muscularity that is needed to beat some very big names in the Pro League. And he was able to beat some good bodybuilders in Ohio as well. So we are 100% sure that who is going to be in the number 1 and number 2 spot. That's Hadi Choopan and Samson Dauda. But that third place is still wide open for any of these guys, like Akim Williams, like James Hollingshead, like John De Rosa, like Antoine Vaillant. And Akim Williams proved it during the Ohio finals, that if he really brings his best, he is capable of beating all these guys in this lineup. So what does Akim has over these guys is that sheer mass that he has, and the wow factor that he brings to the stage. The detail on his side leg is definitely unmatched. So for Akim, it is all about making a great first impression for the judges during the prejudging, and to bring that elite level of conditioning. And I'm sure the judges will definitely give him a chance, like they did 2 weeks ago. Antoine Vaillant and his coach have more filling up to do in these final few hours in order for him to be more competitive, in order for him to fight for that third spot. So Antoine has such great quads, probably one of the best in the business. Actually, this was one of the main feedback given to him by the judges for so many years, that he needs to bring up his upper half to match up to his lower body. And also, Antoine is one of those guys who is always in a superb conditioning. His conditioning is always spot on. So Antoine have always had that issue, that he isn't able to hold on to that fullness on the stage, especially in his upper half. Yes, he isn't the most muscular guy out there, but he makes up for it with an elite level of conditioning. Even Dennis James said that Antoine's conditioning was actually better than Samson's. So the look that we saw from him at the Arnold Classic Ohio, that was probably the most balanced look top to bottom of his entire professional career. As far as I can remember, I have never seen him this good. So even with Rafael Brandao in that lineup, Antoine was hoping to place third or at least fourth. So with Rafael Brandao out of the picture, I'm sure he will be aiming for that third place again at the Arnold Classic UK as well. Which I have to say, if he's able to do that, that is gonna be a phenomenal achievement. That is gonna be a huge accomplishment. So do you guys think Antoine should go all out and try to come in as hot and as full as he possibly can? That is why peaking for a bodybuilding show is such a difficult job. There are such fine lines between hard and full, and you can spill over and look all soft and watery on the stage. So where do you guys have Antoine placing this weekend? Do let me know in the comments below. So this front relaxed shot of Urs Klaczynski was taken one day out of the Arnold Classic UK, after he made the weight cutoff. So keep in mind, this is the shot where competitors make the first impression on the judges, on the fans, when they first step on the stage. And I have to say, no one is beating Urs in this specific pose. And it isn't like it was a weak shot for Urs up until 2023. But him doing this pose with a vacuum, that makes this shot for him completely and totally unbeatable by anyone, especially in this year's Arnold Classic lineup. So Urs Klaczynski must be looking for redemption here after what happened at the Arnold Classic Ohio. Because not only did he lose to Ramondino and Wesley Beezers, but a lot of people had him losing to Breon Ansley as well. So he must be looking to regain his mojo and show the bodybuilding world that he is still a title contender for the Olympia. So this front relax shot might very well be the reason why Breon Ansley, the former classic physique Mr. Olympia, hasn't been able to beat Urs in the last couple of years. As good as Breon is, his front relax shot isn't that impressive, especially in comparison to all the other top guys. And the reason is, Breon just doesn't have enough quad sweep. Just like Tyron Mannion said, that his quads are really crispy, they are really diced, they are really separated. But he still needs more size on them. And just because he doesn't have that big outer sweep, his waist isn't as small as some of the other top guys, especially in comparison to Urs, who probably has one of the smallest waists out there. So these pictures of Urs and Breon were taken the night before the show. I'm guessing he is gonna wake up more drier and more shredded in the morning. So the Arnold Classic prejudging is about to go down. And here are some final minute updates of Breon Ansley, Michael the Bull, Urs Klaczynski and Wesley Beezers. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. And smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.